Hi guys, Coast Raven here and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines 2. I hope you guys are doing well today. Please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel and I'll bring you more daily videos like this. So we're jumping in right where we left off the last time and we are going to carry on developing our new area on this side. We haven't really given this a good name. It's been called Ivy Terrace at the moment, but I think we need to maybe think of something a little bit more creative or something a little bit more fun. Okay, so we're going to do some more low residential on this side. I just want to make sure that they don't go eating into too much of the water side. So I'm going to limit how far they can go back and how far they can grow. Get some more development going. Cool. Okay, so this episode I want to change focus a little bit. So last episode we added the cargo harbor port, and this cargo harbor port seems to be doing very well. It seems to be nice and full. It's quite busy. There's quite a lot of stuff coming in and out of our city, so we are getting the resources that we need for our industrial area. We'd like to probably expand our industrial area a little bit if we possibly can. Bring in some forestry specialized industry, and I'd like to bring in a passenger cargo port as well. So it's going to be a busy episode. Also increase infrastructure just to allow us to be able to bring in a few more roads. I want to bring a few more bridges in across and just hook up this island to our current city infrastructure. So let's do a little bit of development. So I'm going to remove this road, this alleyway at least. I'm going to remove these traffic circles for now. And let me just take this out for now. We can always put it back at a later stage. Cool. Okay. So we definitely want to increase the size of this traffic circle as well. So we're going to have to bring back the pedestrian paths a little bit. And then I'm just going to choose a very large traffic circle. Hello, my little friend. Absolutely perfect. Okay, and we're going to remove the crosswalks from there. We'll bring these ones back. So let's go and do that now quickly. I'm just going to use that tool so we can just wrap it around here a little bit. Like that. Perfect. And we also want to be able to have a footpath coming around this side as well. Don't neglect our pedestrian traffic. Fantastic. Okay, cool. Let's add a few mixed residential, I think. I'm going to use the paint bucket tool and I'm just going to paint in a few. Just that we have a little bit of development constantly going on. While we have our new development going on. Okay, cool. So I definitely want to upgrade this road. Seems a little bit silly. Let's do it. It's saying it's an invalid shape. Okay. Let's see if this is an invalid shape now. We'll draw it in ourselves. Invalid shape. I wonder why it was doing that. Absolutely crazy. Okay, so because it is just a small little bridge, I don't want to have to go too high. Maybe we should just go up the 2. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be too much of a slope. Hopefully it's not. Okay, seems to have worked okay. I want to keep the 180 degrees so the bridge is 100% straight. And we're not completely on the ground here. Okay, we are now. Okay, it's quite a high bridge. And then what I want to do is I want to bring this road as well. So I'm going to move this firehouse for now. Let's move him over there. I'm going to remove this traffic circle. Okay, we might have to lose a few of these houses, but I'm not too concerned about that. I just want to get across the river. Okay, so let's just go up 2 again. Where is that road? That road is over there. Okay, so if we can go across. Okay. And we can come down. And this road could hook up with that road. And let's just use the curve tool. Just want to come out this way a little bit. And then if we can possibly... Okay, it's too much of a slope, so we're going to have to just bring back this a little bit more. Where will we come in from this side? Okay, perfect. I'm going to remove the grass from there, and I'm going to remove the ability for them to be able to walk across the road there. Okay, so we've immediately got another way for the traffic to be able to get into the side of the city, which I think is really, really, really cool. This guy just turned around in the middle of the highway. What the hell does he think he's doing? I know they're parking here, which we don't want. But just showing that we need more parking on this side. Okay. And because we brought in the cargo port the last episode, I'd like to start thinking about the passenger cargo port as well. So let's just go and have a look at this. It's called the harbor. And if we can put it somewhere close to our shipping lanes, we don't have to do too much terraforming, and we can maximize the space of our island. I think that would be really, really, really good. So if we enable anarchy, it'll enable us to put it in, and you can see... So I'm trying to maximize the space where I can. Okay, and I'm just going to bring... I don't know if maybe it should be a bigger road. I think it might be a little bit overkill, but... Okay. And we could have a nice big traffic circle over there. Wait, that bridge is not happy, so let's just redo that. Can't have stuff like that happening. They're much better. We can even possibly put key walls. Over there and over there. And we can do the same thing on this side. Okay. And I don't know why cars are already parking here. It's quite frustrating. No, guys. Get away from here. Okay, so just like that, we have a cargo port. And we are still making good money. So I'm very happy with that. So let's increase the brush strength. I'm going to decrease the brush size quite dramatically. Okay, that's a little bit too dramatic. And if we can just take this sort of height, and we can just bring this back a little bit. That's the height, obviously, it needs. But this is not great. I kind of messed it up over here a little bit, so let's just bring back a little bit over here. And I just want to soften this. Okay, so it doesn't look so jaggedy and so yucky. Okay, so are we able to get this? We can upgrade with a pier, an additional pier that allows for additional ship dock. I'm not too worried about that for now. Just want to see if we can hook up the route. If it'll even allow us to. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So we've got a cargo ship, public transport, a shipping line. Okay, let's give it a cool color. I want it to be red, I think. I think that's a cool color. And 2 ships is cool. The ticket price is going to be 0. Okay, so we should be able to get a cargo ship coming in. Not going to have anybody in because it's the first one. I just want to see if the route is okay and that the ship doesn't get too caught on any sort of gravel or ground or anything underneath here. It's quite nice that it doesn't have to be so deep. We can bring it in. See if you can get in there, if there's going to be no issues. Gets a little bit jaggedy. Okay, so maybe this is not deep enough. Okay, no, it doesn't look like it is. Okay, so if we can just, I just want to move it a little bit, and I wonder if I can just move this. Just a little bit. Okay. And it just gives us a little bit more space to play with. I just want to see, and we definitely wanted soften. Okay. And then for the ground, I think we're going to need to just go a little bit more extreme. Okay. So here comes the next one. Just want to make sure we fix this area. We didn't cause too much problem. The ship's not going to go like absolutely crazy all over the place. Let's have a look. Ship's coming in now. In the meantime, I'm just going to remove all the fauna and flora. From our little island. Okay, it looks a lot smoother. A little bit janky there, a little bit. But I mean, that has been cut back quite a lot, so it should be okay. The new bridge is being used quite nicely already. A lot of pedestrians coming in, so I wonder if we are going to... We can play with the materials here and just make this look nice if we wanted to. So let's just add a grass. I think that'll be cool. Oh no. Probably messed that up this time. Okay. Easily fixed there. Looks like there's already grass here, so I'm just going to drag this out. Well, we are messing around with this. We're not really understanding what's going on. Okay, that should be better. We fixed it. Absolutely perfect. Okay, a lot of cars are parking here, so we are going to need to add parking, that's for sure. And I just want to see how well it's being used. So 2% usage, we've already had 90 passengers coming in. We don't really have much going on in the city, as in growth, so we're just taking it easy. We could add some more low density residential, so let's just do that quickly. Just keep it going. I do want to think about parks and things as well. I don't want to neglect the fact that we don't have very many parks out this side. So let's have a look. Okay, so we have got city parks, small park. I like that, you know. It's one of my favorite parks, actually. It just works so nicely. It fits in almost anywhere. And it's a city park, so it's cool. Okay, so just some parks. And we get some more houses coming in. At least this island's starting to take shape a little bit. Okay, so I don't know if we want to have a little bit of a grid in here or what kind of a structure we want to have in here. This looks like it's been cut away quite badly. We might want to just smooth that off. Just from a distance it doesn't look so good, but up close it doesn't actually look too bad. So, okay, so we have the ability of people being able to get here quite easily. We do have quite a lot of people walking already. And we are going over the water there. And we're going over the water on the other side as well, so they can get in from both sides. Added a lot of accessibility to this area. So we could have quite a high density version or high density part of the city. You know, I was thinking that I'd like to really, you know, this is our main road, but I'd like to really have a lot more sort of commercial and make it look like low residential with a little bit of commercial, with a little bit of beachfront area, with a little bit of, you know, shopping area. So I think it'll be quite nice once we add a little bit of detailing to it. So this is our main road. So we don't really want people to be able to park there, but they don't have any ability to do anything else at the moment. So we have to give them something else. Okay, so we could add parking right across, and it'll just make it easier for them to be able to park. But I'll just have a look at some of this road. Okay, so if I'm going to go the continuous tool, we've already had a traffic accident out this way. A little bit crazy. But if I can just, I want to make sure that it's ground level. Okay. And if we just use this continuous tool, and I want to kind of wrap like a main road off the side. Okay, and that can definitely come under the bridge. Okay, and that obviously needs to hook up to the main road. So if we can possibly look at this and maybe just bring this around. Okay, well, we can have a semi-decent traffic circle there. This is going off to this point, and then what we can do is I want to keep the sort of high residential here. And I like the fact that the roads are just flowing. So I'm going to try and keep a little bit of consistency going on here. Okay, and let's end it off with a cul-de-sac. So a semi-big one. Something like that, something like that, something like that. Okay, we can have some sort of much higher density. And I don't know if we're going to need some service buildings out this side, but I definitely want to hook up this road. Okay, so this road is now hooked up. And if we can do something along the side as well and go under the bridge as well if it's possible. Maybe go onto that section of the bridge. Okay, I just want to try and do something a little bit better here, but I don't think we're going to have much luck. So let's just try. Something like that. wonder if it's worth us even trying to add like a little bit of a grid off here. I want to just see if it's even possible. Maybe I want to go the grid down this way. Okay, so we're just going to have to be clever. Okay, so that hooks up here, so maybe we should have a smaller traffic circle. Just make sure we remove the pedestrian crossing so it doesn't cause any issues. Okay, and let's add some Japanese style medium residential on this side. I don't want it to take up too much of the... I want to try and get as big a building as I can in there. Like that. Okay, you can take up the whole space. You can take up that much space, that much space. You can take up the whole space. Okay, and then this one's, I want this to be sort of a shop front. So I was thinking of having the parking roads. So if we have, where has it been put it now? Okay, so this is where it is over here. So if we can maybe have opposite the harbor. It's the ability for people to be able to walk across, which is pretty crazy. Okay, and then if we can have a sort of a road that cuts down, cuts the whole area in half, I'll be happy. Okay, and then you definitely want some of the mixed-use buildings, especially along this road. Maybe we should have kept this more commercial. Okay, it's fine. Let's just see how it comes in, and then we can make a decision. If we need to change it, we can change it. That harbor is very, very, very noisy. Okay, so let's look at putting in a nice park over here for these guys. So everybody's going to be happy. Are we able to fit that in? Oh, look at that. That's amazing. Nice park in here. Okay, and some more medium residential. People moving into our new section of the city. Although, as I said, it is pretty damn noisy because of all the boats coming in and out. Okay, so let's carry on with the mixed-use buildings. I want to see if we can add maybe something there. Something cool. Can have a really big one there. I really just want to get this section of the island starting to take shape. Mixed use. Look how many people are arriving at our city. Coming in via the shipping ports. Getting busy. Plenty of parking. Okay, so same sort of thing. I want mixed use. Japanese. Maybe we can keep this going, this road all the way down.
Who is out on the streets to find out how local residents are responding to the new transportation policy. I'm standing in line waiting to head downtown.
Like that. And then we can just carry on.
I'm getting taken for a ride this morning, free of charge. I have Gloria standing next to me. Gloria, what do you think of this new transportation policy?
I'm loving it. Every penny saved counts. I just hope it doesn't make the buses more crowded.
You're listening to the sounds of Jade Road Radio. Can you hear the ancient ones stirring? That's not just your imagination.
Oh,
This is
getting a
your
little bit busy.
music.
We should actually have proper parking here. We don't have parking.
When business is doing well, that floats our boat.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda. We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you...
Okay, and let's add a little bit of trees, just to add a little bit of fauna and flora. So we've got something going on here. 300. Just make it 200 for now. That park area I probably want to do myself, so I'm not too worried about that section for now. I'll just add a few more trees here. I'll add some trees back. Let's get rid of that. And remember, we want to put on the American theme as well, so we can add some of our other trees that just fit in a little bit closer. Definitely looking better. We have a nice park here, quite a lot of medium residential, so it's going to be quite a busy island. And what we need to do is we need to definitely add a district. So what are we going to call this? We're going to call this Harbor Island. Okay, let's call it Sunset Harbor. Okay, we're going to have parking, we're going to have recycling, we're going to have a gated community, and we're going to have electricity. Make sure that they don't cause any problems. At the moment, they are quite content. We don't have any fire, we don't have any police at this side, so hopefully the police and fire can take care of the business on that side. We do have 3 small fire stations. We might need to think about putting in a proper fire station and a proper police station with helicopter facilities. But our Sunset Harbor is starting to take shape, starting to look really, really, really good, guys. So, yeah, I'm happy. Quite a lot of parking, which I think is always important. Now, if we can have more of these commercial shops and stuff, it's mixed use. Otherwise, we can have some actual commercial. So I don't know if we want medium residential or if we want some low residential. I'd like to have a mix, you know. Okay, so let's separate this park from these buildings to the left of it. Okay, let's put anarchy on so we can definitely control it. That probably is a little bit too close, but it's okay for now. Alright, so let's just choose single tree. No, single, yeah. Okay, let's just add a few of our own. Let's just try and fill up the area a little bit. As it grows, let's fill it in. Do a little bit of detailing. So it looks like it's been here for a while. I don't have to have a fortune amount, but okay, and let's just add some of the other trees in here. See, otherwise we wouldn't have really been able to fit in any sort of trees here. So we're cheating a little bit by using anarchy. I just think it makes it look a little bit more realistic. Especially you've got all these weird gaps and everything in between the buildings. Definitely looks much nicer. Okay, so I don't think we need to upgrade that for now. It's complaining definitely about that, but I mean, come on. Okay, and then just we got some vagrants living in the park. Cheeky bastard guys, how did they even get there? Okay, so if we can just, I just want to do this, guys. Yeah, looks much better. Much better. Okay, let's get some trees going on here. Because this looks terrible. I think a lot of tourists are going to arrive from that section as well. So I do think we are going to need additional roads and things like that. But we do have quite a lot of nice space. So, I mean, we can use it for pretty much whatever we want. I was thinking of using it for residential, but we do have this island for residential. So, let's get some more stuff going on here. More trees. Just filling out the space a little bit. We've got 13 million in the bank. Doing nicely. See, that just doesn't get in between the buildings close enough. We can go ahead and fine tune it, but for now it just gives us the ability to put a lot of trees down very quickly, which is exactly what you want. There we go, guys. Sunset Harbor is actually looking really good. New section of the city. Let's get some of these buildings going in here. I think some more medium residential, or we're going to start on the lower residential. Let's add some lower residential just to mix it up a little bit. If there's anything too crazy, then what I'll do is I'll just remove like that. And then you can't go too crazy out that way. And then I'm just going to control the distance at which it can go back. I don't know if they're going to be able to build under the bridge, but cool. Got a lot of low residential coming in. Okay, so let's have a look here. I want to upgrade this road. But now this road doesn't hook up to anything, so and all the sort of structures have now been broken. Okay, let's have a look at what we did here. So we had just a medium road. Okay, and if we can just do that, and what I want to do is just run the road down the back. Just so they can get in if they need to. And okay, there is, so we can control the zoning. It's actually fine. I'm actually not too upset with that. I think that looks pretty cool. And the one thing we don't have is we don't have a welfare clinic. So I'd like to put a welfare clinic in, and it's going to fit perfectly over there. So let's add it in. And our city is really going to be very happy with that one because that helps them. So the Health and Welfare Office provides various consultations on health, medical care, and welfare, including consultations on health, daily life, and children. So a lot more children. Okay, and there are a lot of people walking this way, so maybe we should give them the ability to walk across. Okay, I suppose they can just use the road, use the bridge. But we do need public transport. I do feel sorry for these guys because it's a bit hectic that they have to constantly be walking everywhere. Shame. At least they're going to stay fit. I'm not going to have to worry about any sort of obesity or anything in my communities, which I think is good. Keep everybody walking, keep everybody fit. I liked seeing the City Skylines one, they had the bicycle option. So you could put bicycle paths everywhere and you just stop people from using the roads. And everybody then has to use bicycles to get to and back from work. So I don't think that makes a difference in the game, but I always just thought, you know, the healthier the population, the healthier, the happier they will be, the less problems it'll be on your healthcare systems, etc., etc. So I know it's not as realistic as that, but I like to think about things like that and have fun like that. Yeah, so cool. Okay, so we're going to carry on developing. We've got so much going on at the moment. So yeah, I was thinking maybe we can keep the space for something cool. We do have the pack that gives us the leisure pack, which gives us all of these buildings, which we've hardly used. We haven't unlocked most of these actually, but we've got like a canopy cafe. We have got I don't even know what that is. We have got an Oasis kitchen. We have a lounge. We have nightlife. So this is like going to be a party area. So let's put a club in there and everybody will be happy. A little bit of nightlife. That's pretty cool, man. Okay, so what else have we got? We have got Heritage Museum, which I think is going to be quite big. You know, this is where people are going to come and they are going to check out the history, and so I want to do some shops. Okay, I just want to see what the bigger Sin Vista is, like a Cinnamon City. And maybe we need to do something like that on this side. Cinema City? No, okay, I think I want to move that. That needs to be somewhere in our harbor, I think. Sunset Harbor, I think that's the way to go. I'm just not sure where to put this. Let's see if we can find a bigger... What's the biggest leisure building? Skylight Heritage Museum. These are all the other packs. Sunset Hotel.
Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
A hotel right next to a nightclub. I don't think that's the best idea. Okay, let's get some more buildings coming in here. If we can just select that like that. We can always run in a different road out the back if we need to. And we can fill in some space. But yeah, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this episode, man. We are definitely growing up quite nicely. It makes such a big noise, that cargo port. But we've got people coming in, we've got people using it. We have our new Sunset Harbor, and it is starting to take shape. A lot of people coming in and out, a lot of people walking, a lot of activity happening. So I don't think we have enough people living in the area for this to be able to... Also, I don't know if I want a hotel right here. It's quite noisy, it seems. But yeah, perfect. So please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe, and I will definitely catch you on the next one. I hope you guys have a good day. Take care. Cheers, eh? Bye-bye.